Several Western countries have begun to criticize Israel. They criticize the excessive aggression carried out by the Zionist state in the Gaza Strip, Palestine, and several other Arab regions. The following are several allies of Israel that have turned to criticize the country harshly, summarized by various sources. Point 1. Germany. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has launched the sharpest criticism of Israel since the Gaza conflict heated up again. In a press conference in Turku, Finland, Tuesday, May 27, 2025, Merz stated that Israel's massive military attack on the Gaza Strip was no longer understandable and no longer justifiable as part of the war against Hamas. The statement marked a significant change in Germany's public position, which has long been known as one of Israel's most loyal supporters on the international stage due to its historical commitment post-Holocaust. However, pressure from public opinion, coalition parties, and senior officials has begun to encourage a shift in attitudes at the government level. Israel's massive military offensive in the Gaza Strip makes no sense to me. How can it serve the purpose of fighting terror? In this respect, I am very, very critical, Merz said, as reported by Reuters. I am not the first to say this, but I think the time has come to state openly that what is happening is no longer understandable. Merz's remarks followed criticism from Foreign Minister Johann Wadipal, as well as calls from junior coalition partner the Social Democrats (SPD) to halt arms exports to Israel to avoid complicity in potential war crimes. 2. UK, Canada, France. Israel's three major allies, Britain, Canada and France, on Monday threatened sanctions against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government if it did not halt its new military offensive in Gaza and lift restrictions on humanitarian aid. The move marked the strongest international pressure yet on Israel from its traditional Western allies, who have long supported Israel's right to defend itself but now view the escalation as disproportionate and in violation of international law. Israel's refusal of essential humanitarian aid for civilians is unacceptable and risks violating international humanitarian law, the three countries wrote in a joint statement released by the British government, quoted from Reuters. In the same statement, Britain, Canada and France also opposed the expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank and warned, "We will not hesitate to take further action, including targeted sanctions," they stressed. In the joint statement, the three Western countries emphasized that their support for Israel is not unconditional. "We have always supported Israel's right to defend its citizens from terrorism. But this escalation is completely disproportionate," the joint statement said. "We will not stand idly by as the Netanyahu government takes such outrageous actions." 3. United States, U.S. The intensity of Washington's support for Israel has begun to appear to decrease in recent times. This happened after Trump visited a number of Middle Eastern countries and met with leaders of countries who are anti-Tel Aviv. On May 19, Trump met with the leader of the Syrian Islamist, Ahmed al-Shara in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The meeting discussed lifting all U.S. sanctions on Syria. "He has potential. He is a real leader," Trump told reporters after talks with Shara on Wednesday in Riyadh. It cemented the emergence of a new Sunni-led Middle East order, one that goes beyond Iran's axis of resistance and sidelines Israel. Trump's message to the Jewish state was clear, according to 3 regional and 2 Western sources. Amid growing irritation in Washington over Israel's failure to reach a ceasefire in Gaza, Trump's visit was an affront to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, a close U.S. ally, the sources said.